There are many things that third parties should be doing, both Libertarian Party and the Green Party. Now, I'm a Libertarian. I am in favor of the Libertarian Party, not the Green Party, although I do view an enemy of my enemy as my friend at this stage with the Green Party. I think in surveying what the third parties have done, namely the Libertarian Party, they've done a really, really bad job of reaching out to YouTubers, almost non-existent. Some YouTubers have subscribers in the hundreds of thousands. And this is just libertarian YouTubers, some of them into the millions. This is an opportunity that Gary Johnson, that my research has shown, has not been taking advantage of. YouTubers are located all over. A lot of them are in LA, but all over. And it's kind of like a missed opportunity that Gary Johnson hasn't been reaching out to these YouTubers and saying, hey, I'm going to be in that neck of woods. Would you like to do an interview with me? Or rather, his staff contacting the YouTuber saying, hey, Gary's going to be in this neck of the woods. Would you like to interview him? And if so, what would you like to talk to him about? If you don't have any ideas, we have suggestions. I don't see where that has been the case. Now, my channel is small. It's like 25 or 26 subscribers right now. But I'll tell you what, if you want to get a small channel, a small libertarian channel, to be really in favor of you, Gary Johnson's YouTube channel right now has over 50,000 subscribers. A shout out from him to my channel would do a tremendous amount of good. Now, this might sound like it's self-promoting. I had no problem with self-promoting. But it can be said about any of the libertarian channels. Now, some channels are quite larger than Gary Johnson's channel. But still, 5,000 subscribers to get a shout out from, or to do an interview on, or do a collaboration video. If you're doing a collaboration video, like let's say Gary Johnson's campaign were to see this video and go, yeah, we should be doing that. Let's try to work that into Gary Johnson's schedule. Okay. I suggest you doing it as a collaboration, which you have part one on one channel and part two on the other channel. Part one should be on the more popular channel, the more subscribers, and part two is on the smaller channel. Basically driving subscribers from the more popular channel to the smaller channel to help out the smaller channel. Now in Gary Johnson's case, part one would be, if you did with me, part one would be on this channel and part two would be on my channel. But almost any of the other libertarian YouTubers have more subscribers than Gary Johnson, so it would be reversed in their case. But I don't think third parties have really caught on, have really understood what YouTube can do for them. You could very likely, as far as at least the young person vote, the young adult vote, possibly run a very successful campaign just on YouTube alone. And this is something that I don't see any of the third parties doing. And really small third parties, constitutional party, those should be actively trying to do this type of stuff. Even reaching out to political channels that are not necessarily in their wheelhouse, but possibly they can find a shared topic, gun control or taxing the rich, something like this that they can tap into and say, hey, why don't we do a collaboration on this point? Gary Johnson, I think he's still trying to play politics as the major parties are playing politics. I mean, he was so obsessed with getting on the presidential debate, and in fact, he kind of sabotaged his own campaign because he made being in the presidential debate so crucial to his campaign, how crucial it was to get in there. And he actually made statements of saying that it is the only way that he has a real shot at the White House. And I personally don't think that is the case. I did another video today that talked about how he could use the major political parties against each other. Here's a link to that video. The third parties, the national parties, need to have on their staff, especially the Libertarian Party, saying that they will ever pay attention to any libertarian YouTuber. And that's part of the problem. But they should have someone on their staff that is totally focused on YouTube and helping libertarian YouTubers succeed. It makes no sense otherwise. There are so many things that, well, at least the Libertarian Party have wasted money on. The biggest debacle is they bought their own building, and they actually, I remember the press release years ago about how they're the only national party to own their own building. Well, who gives a shit? Why does that matter? It doesn't, unless you are the people in that building. It's kind of like for internal politics only, and it only goes as far as the front door of the national headquarters. I think that was actually a commentary that we've wasted money buying a building when leasing was just as good. Over the course of this channel, I plan to use my marketing expertise, and I've been a marketer for decades, to hopefully help the Libertarian Party become a viable political party. And part of that is doing stuff that has the biggest bang for the buck. In marketing, you always use public relations before you use advertising because you get the biggest bang for the buck. But you have to have something new to actually use public relations. You can't come on, and it has to be something significant. It can't be, well, now we have an orange vanilla flavored bar soap. No one gives a shit. Probably not even the people that do YouTube channels on soaps would give a shit about that. But you have to have actually something newsworthy. If your bar of soap was able to, I don't know, change your skin to the color of purple temporarily for a couple weeks, that would get a lot of press. The third political parties have to think outside the box because because they're outside the box. The mainstream media gives them trivial coverage, condescending coverage, especially the closer you get to election day. Either they start to attack third parties. Why waste your vote? I saw just an article today in Seattle Times, I think it was, saying that people shouldn't vote third party because it's just wasting your vote. Or they just do a news blackout. They just don't report on them. And that's actually more damaging than doing articles that attack them. The Libertarian Party has to understand this. And one of the ways they can counter this is to not just be open to YouTubers, but to cultivate YouTubers, to really try to get them on their side, to help them on out. Now, this may sound self-serving because I'm a libertarian YouTuber, but I think the advice stands up. If you take me out of the sorry, if you take me out of the equation, the advice still stands up. They're especially helping out small channels. And you help out small channels, and those small channels, when they grow big, well, remember that you help them on out. The big channels, if there were Kim Borowski, if she could sit down and do a series of interviews with Gary Johnson, they'd all be filmed at the same time, but she'd break them apart and release them one at a time. That would be an excellent thing for the Gary Johnson campaign to do. I think she has 70 or 80,000 subscribers right now. this is something that the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, need to start working on. You're outside the box. You need to start thinking that you're outside the box and stop playing. Buddy. Stop pretending that you're a major party. YouTubers is a way. And you shouldn't be too picky, because YouTubers can rise very quickly in subscribers. And if you can have a hand in helping them rise, if you can fly them in and have a bunch of them there to interview, say, for example, Gary Johnson, and then you encourage them to do collaboration between each other, that only helps their channel, and it helps them grow, and it helps their presence and their impact on the election. Right now, I don't see that from the National Libertarian Party. I see a press secretary, but I don't see a YouTube secretary. There should be a YouTube liaison. There should be a YouTube collaboration coordinator. There should be an outreach to YouTubers. Now, again, I think this can be done by the Green Party as well, and any third political party, constitutional party. There are several small parties, and to not do this is almost like a self-inflicted wound. Now, what can be done now, this late in the campaign? They can start up right now. There's no reason not to reach out to YouTubers. Yes, it's less than a month away from the election, but already the news coverage is turning to either blackout or attack. And a way to counter that is to get on YouTuber shows, to get your presence, your public awareness up. So, in the link below is a link to the contact pages for the Gary Johnson campaign and the Jill Stein campaign. Email them. There's also a link to the press secretary of the Libertarian Party. Contact that person. We need to start thinking on how we can work around the system. And this is one of the ways to do that. This is one of the ways that the Libertarian Party has failed this election cycle. And here's the thing. The Democrats, Hillary Clinton, made the outreach to YouTubers. She met with them. Here she is, a major political candidate. They're understanding the importance of YouTube to reach young voters. This is something that, if it's important enough to take out of her time to do, this is definitely something that third parties should consider doing. Now, if this is the first time you have watched these videos, please subscribe. When you subscribe, to let the subscription button is a bell icon. That can give you email notifications, either text or email. As I release videos as news happens, and sometimes more than one video a day, such as today, that will let you know when I have done so. Also, when my mailing list gets up, excuse me, when my mailing list gets up to 100 subscribers, I'll start releasing an unlisted YouTube video that replies to selected comments posted to last week's batch of public videos. If you'd like to get those reply to comment videos, in the description below, there's a link to the mailing list sign-up form. Please subscribe. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.